Did you hear about ANKA, and when did you buy your chute, and why did you?
So I bought my chute it was July of 2020, right? Yeah, 2020 when I picked it up. And actually, I had heard about ANKA like 10 years ago when I first started trimming. I just Googled hoof trimming chutes because I was gonna go out on my own, and ANKA showed up, and I actually emailed with Adrian a couple times and was like, oh, I should come over there. And then I talked to another person and they said oh yeah, whatever. So then I just life took me some other places, and that was kind of the end of, I was in a transition there. But I was always really intrigued by the fact that it's stainless steel, because here in Minnesota and even in Wisconsin where I grew up, and specifically where I live now, I drive on a lot of gravel. The powder coat it just chips up and it rusts and it just doesn't look very good. And I think that the stainless steel just always looks nice. That was a big reason why I wanted to go and look at the ANKA. And then I have talked to Jamie in the past quite a bit, and then when I heard Jamie was going to become a distributor, I was like, oh sweet. So I talked to Jamie quite a few times. I was fairly happy with the machine I was using at the time, but as time went on, when Jamie first became a distributor, but as time went on, I just started to see a lot of the components just start to fall apart. Because in my opinion, from what I was seeing and part numbers when I looked them up, a lot of those components were just not high quality stuff. I think there was a lot of corners cut in the interest of profitability per chute, and to me, that's not what I need. I need something that's going to be working every day. I don't want to have to fix little things all the time, and that's really why one of the things that sold me on this chute is it's very simple. And then while still being able to maintain a level of speed that's a little bit higher than some of the other chutes on the market today.
So have you found, since you've been working with ANKA for a couple of years now, has it made trimming day easier, and if so, how so?
Yeah, I think so. The biggest thing that I've noticed, on trimming day being easier, obviously we're in a trailer now, but when we were trimming and we just had the U trailer and stuff, it was really easy to get it off the U trailer and set it up. But the other thing was too, if we had to move it around, because most of the time when we're in the barn, moving it around, when I had my other chute, that one with my gates and stuff on it was 7,400 pounds. You needed 2 or 3 guys to move that chute, period. With this one, I could spin it around with the bearing on the bottom, but even just pushing it around on the wheels, it was very easy to do. So if somebody that's in a situation maybe a little bit different than me, I think it would be really easy. It's just really easy and convenient to move it around. It's lightweight, but it's still strong, The other thing I think that I have noticed is because the speed is a little bit better when the chute lifts up and stuff, I'm not bending over or waiting so much for the chute to come up. I've done some modifications and stuff, but everybody with every chute's going to modify things a little bit, and that's just kind of the way it is. But I think the speed and stuff like that has made it a little easier. And the biggest thing that I've seen where this has really improved my day is not so much during the trimming process, but when I get home, because I don't have to go and I don't have to grease it, and I don't have to go and I don't have to fix things, and I don't have to repair stuff every day. And that's the biggest thing. I'm not spending time changing ropes during the day, all those things that stuff adds up to time. And for me, we're trimming 400 plus cows a week every week, and those things, when every week you gotta fix something or change something because you're doing those numbers, that just is a waste of time, and I'd rather spend time with my wife and kids.
Good. Last question. So what is your favorite thing about ANKA, either as a chute or as the company itself? Or
one of the things I like the most is that I can get on WhatsApp if I have a problem, and I can talk to the owner, and I can talk to the managers, because even there's a lot of things, I think you would attest this too, we haven't been using it. You've been using it 6 months longer than I have, so there's not a lot of stuff, and there's so many things that you have questions on. It's so convenient for me to be able to actually ask them stuff and get answers, and if they don't know the answer, they find it out, and the other thing, and I touched on this before, but the thing I just appreciate the most about it is I don't have a problem paying for a premium product. I have a problem paying for a premium product when it uses non-premium parts and non-premium quality. That is an issue for me. Like, I'd pay $150,000 for a chute if everything on it was perfect, you know, if I need to, which probably by the time I'm done trimming, I'm going to have to do that. But I just like, because if you don't use quality components, none of the other stuff matters. You know, everybody, ANKA's in control of the welding and doing all that stuff, but you have to have quality stuff like cylinders, hydraulic lines, hydraulic fittings, you know, valves. All that stuff has to be top quality, because otherwise it just doesn't hold up. And for me, that's where I've had the biggest issues on other equipment. And I just don't have time for fixing stuff because people wanted to cut costs. And I don't see that with ANKA. I really don't.
Good. Thanks, Willie.
Yeah, you bet.